We got U.V., one of the founders of Chopper City Mafioso Records, artist, producer, also film writer. Welcome to Reels DLTV.
Thanks for having me.
Give us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you came up from.
Right. I was born in Kansas City, Kansas. And my mom had married my brother's dad at a young age. So that's where I was at, KC for a while. I grew up in Kansas, Missouri, actually nearby Raytown. A lot of the bullying was going on in the school from the older individuals. Me, I was like, man, we ain't doing it. Like, we come from a different era, me, Delvin, and Donald, so we just like, we come from fighting, we come from this all kind of different era. When I felt like something was going on, man, I think my only time ever having a situation like that with kind of like a bully type of stuff, because it was a bully that was coming to the cafeteria at lunch, right? He was like bullying people for their little lunch monies and line and stuff, right? One day he ended up being on my line. He doing the bully tactic and stuff at me. I remember there was the cooks that would put food on there, so the cooks was looking and stuff like that. He was still trying to like do something, so I continued to get my food, walk off into the cafeteria. He ended up trying to follow me while I'm sitting there. End up saying something. Basically, it ain't going down like you thought it was, bro. Ain't no bullying going over here, so he ended up going somewhere else to the regular student that he weekly bullied, getting a little change from. And then the next day I came back into the cafeteria in line again, and the cafeteria lady was like, yeah, dude was a bully, some type of stuff like that. Other than that, never had a problem with it. He tried it with everybody, so he just didn't get it with me. We got a whole bunch of family members in Kansas. So, like one of our big cousins named Maurice, they call him Lunch Meat. But Maurice Williams, he was like our big cousin, but he was always into dancing, always into the Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? He was like another Bruce Lee at his age. Like, dang, he knew all the moves. He was doing everything. Found out the bike was taken. They get in the car. My cousin go tell my brother, go get his bike. Cause I thought the issue happened to me, but I think it was my brother. He told my brother, go get your bike. They ain't gonna do nothing. And ended up going getting his bike. And they ain't, my cousin, got out the car, making sure everything was straight. They ain't do nothing. He got the bike and went on about his business. Either it was him or mine. I don't know which at the time I remember, but he got the bike, went on about his business. Yeah, Houston, Texas. My mom had a lot of people that looked out for her when it come to her and her kids. Like, so when we went to Texas, my auntie, Aunt Pauline, love her to death. Well, my Aunt Pauline, she was married to some guy, I forgot his name. So I'm back in Enid, did my dad thing. My dad was cool, you know what I'm saying? I liked to live with my dad the first year, so I came back the second year. Because it's all the same, like you get to, go back to Enid anytime you want to. So like, that's one thing, he never took none of that stuff away. He's like, you still do whatever you need to do. I just, we live here now. So, it didn't make a difference to me. Like I said, I love my family all over the place. I'm in Perry, we going crazy in Perry. Me and my cousins, that's why I got linked up with my cousins, Marcus and Orlando, and Marshawn, Ari, Anthony, my cousin Anthony and his brother Fred, Anitra, my cousin Bobby, and everybody else like aunties and uncles to me. But they was around my age, so Bobby and Fred, and a little bit older. So me and Eric, we everywhere, every day with each other, doing everything from swimming, YMCA swimming, playing basketball. Shout out to Tim Rankin. Tim Rankin used to come out there. Tim Rankin was, he was cold ball too. You know what I'm saying? He get up there, show off, do his thing. I think he could dunk at the time too. You know, he was like 2 years older than us. I think 2 grades. I think a grade, 2 grades. But so we all link up and do the basketball thing every summer, every time, and end up having they had a 3-on-3 contest thing downtown. Ended up being me and Marcus. It was a 3-on-3 or 2-on-2. I think it was 3-on. I think it might be a 2-on-2. It was me and Ari. No one on teams. Me and Ari for shows on teams. And we played all day. We ended up playing against our cousins, Marcus and Marlena and them. We ended up taking the trophy. Me and Ari, we ended up taking the trophy. Ari looked like, if you look at Ari, he looked like a Wesley Snipes, you know what I'm saying? And like, so we always, I always gave him hell about, Wesley Snipes and stuff like that. But when he get on the court and ball, he looked like his forms and stuff looked like a Michael Jordan. Like, man, like he got game. Like he got game. He got long arms and long hands, fingers and stuff. So we always mess with him about that. So yeah, I'm locked in with them in Perry. And I'll go back to Enid High. Back to Enid. Okay, so we all had a friend named Donnie Moreland. Yeah, Donnie Moreland was one of our good friends, but he was like a little bit older than us, I think a year older. I don't know, but I remember either 7th grade. He had 7th grade or 9th grade. I don't know when, 7th grade or 9th grade. He already had his license, and his parents had bought him a car. I remember his car was red. Bought him a car. I don't remember if it was 7th grade or 9th grade. I think it was 9th. He was in junior high, first of all. So I always remember that he went to Emerson, same school I went to, and he was already driving. But D was cool. People say he was a high head, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how he was around everybody else, but me and him, he was just whatever he was, just like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? We was in a computer class, that's what it was. It's a female I like. I think her name was Stephanie. I keep saying her name was Stephanie, so I think her name was Stephanie. And Donnie, he was, kind of talking to Angie or like Angie or wanted to hook up with Angie. I don't know the case. I don't know what their conversation was. But eventually, we was going to link up that day, after that computer class, that later on we was going to hook up, I think, because he told me, he's like, hey, we're going to link up with Angie and Stephanie and stuff later on. So, all right, whatever. This is before we even out of school. So, I know that we was going to link up with them later on. I'm at the house, actually, and we already talked before. So, it's about to be dark. We already talked. I think we talked at 6 or 5 or something like that. Talking about we're gonna meet up with Angie and Stephanie. Excuse me. But we're gonna tell our parents, or tell my mom, to my dad and Perry. But his parents, they live together. His dad was a member of he's part of the NAACP, and his mom worked for the school. You know what I'm saying? So they very popular people. He's gonna tell his parents that we're gonna go play ball at 7 or something like that. And he let me know, let your mom know we're gonna play ball at 7. All right. Then he's like, but we ain't. We're gonna go hang out with Angie and Stephanie. I was like, all right, bet. So, I live on the west side too, but he lived a little further on the west side. I live, like I said, close to the school. So I'm ready, getting dressed and stuff like that. I think I'm already dressed and stuff like that, right? Mom's hit me up. She called the house. She's like, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. About to go play some ball. So I ain't telling her who, but I'm about to play some ball. She's like, all right. She said, well, before you leave, I think I was there by myself. She's like, boy, before you leave, go get my young brother, which is Delbert. Go get your brother and tell him to get to the house. Wait, my young brother, through all these years coming up to where I'm at today, really was doing everything by himself. Like he wasn't doing what we was doing, going to school, coming home, making sure we was straight. So he was in the streets. Like, he was only 14. He's in the streets. You know what I'm saying? He got a white dude down the street. They all like, my brother was doing stuff, adult stuff, which I wasn't doing. So he was, doing his thing. So I'm like, all right, Mom, bet. So I'm about to walk out the door, right? But I think Donald is either about to get to the house or he got there before I walked out, right? So I'm about to walk out the door, right? But before I walk out the door and go get, so I get this dude, the phone ringing. It's about like 6:15, 6:30, or around the 6 area sometime. The phone ringing is D. He like talking to me and stuff, and he like just talking regularly, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, bam. You ready? Like, all right, ready. We're gonna go meet up with the females and like that, and that was it, basically. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. He called me back like 2 more times. Called me back, and I'm like, he like, what you doing? I'm like, waiting on you, basically. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember the words exactly, but I know this stuff is vivid. Like, well, I'm waiting on you. So he talking a little bit, and this time he ain't talking like himself. He talking a little low and stuff like that. Like, what you doing? Oh man, I think he said something about his parents or something, but that wasn't nothing about tripping or something. He was talking. And then he called me back again, and he was like, he was on his way or something like that, right? And I was like, man, why you still whispering? I always said that on that second. Man, why you still whispering, man? What's wrong with you? And he said something, but I just don't remember what he was saying. I was like, all right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, he's on the way. I was like, all right, bet. Eventually, he ended up showing up like down there 20 minutes or 30 minutes afterwards. I'm waiting on this food. 30 minutes later, I'm like, damn, what's going on? So Mom called in between while I'm waiting on him and told me about my brother. Go get his food. So I go get my brother. I was going to go get my brother. I think Donna ended up walking in the house. I think I told Donna about Delbert. Either way, either Donna was coming, he's coming to the house, but I don't know if I saw him in between what's going on. I walk out the house to go down the street, and here come D Moore. D Moore come in, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey. He's like, so I just get in the car, because I'm waiting on this fool anyway. I get in the car. I remember this vividly. I get in the car, right? And he is not the same. So I'm like, man, what's wrong with this fool? I'm like, man, so he's backing out. We're going back west, because he live on the west side. So we're going back west, out of my neighborhood, boom, boom. And while he's turning out to the neighborhood to get to one of the main streets, I'm like, what's up, man? He ain't really talking too much, right? And then when we get to the light to go back right, I think that street was Cleveland, I think. We get to Cleveland to go back right to his house. And we hit the light, and I remember he saying, man, I think my parents is dead. I'm like, what? Whatever, man. So, yeah, man, I think so, man. So I'm like, man, I'm just thinking he's playing. I'm not playing, but I don't believe nothing he's saying. He started passing cars to get to the house. And I'm like, he just passed a couple of cars, and now I got quiet. I'm like, dang, man, you serious? So end up pulling in the driveway on the right side. I remember pulling in the driveway on the right side. He gets out, but I think he said, you gonna come in? Are you coming in? I was like, I don't know what I said. I sat in the car for a minute. He just got the car, boom, left, went through the side where the garage door is, boom, you went in that way. And I know his house, you know what I'm saying? I've been in his house like, I think 3 times. Because like I said, we ain't allowed to go in his house. But when his mom was there, going to drink or something, I've been in his house. Actually, I've been in his house, period. There's been a few people that have been in his house. I think me, I think my brother probably been. I know my cousin Freddie had. I know my homeboy Sleepy, known as Jason. Because they live like two houses or something around, 2 houses from his house. So they used to go over to play ball too. So there's been a selected few that can actually go in this man's house. Well, I was one of them. So I sit in the car and I'm like, man, I don't know what he on, right? I end up eventually getting out the car. So I get out the car, I'll go the same way he goes in. Boom, garage, door coming in, and then when you go in, it's the kitchen. Kitchen is a dining room, and then it's a big open space. To the right, it's the living room. Go to the kitchen. About to walk off the kitchen floor, and his dad have a chair that he sits always in, and it's right there when you enter the living room. So I get close to the living room, and first thing I notice is his dad, and he was bleeding from the back of his head. I always remember that. He was bleeding from the back of his head. I'm like, what? And I look like to the side in the living room, and there's a couch, the TV and stuff. It's a couch, right? It's quick. I looked to the head, and I was like, what? Like, just look to the side, and mom was laying on a newspaper. Like, I was like, what? And I was like, hey, man. I ran out the house, and as I was running, I was like, hey, man, you better get out the house. The killer's in the house, or something like that. So I said, killer in the house. And I ran out the house the same way I came in and went across the street. I think before I ran out the house, when I seen everything, he was coming, and he had the phone in his hand. He was actually finna call 911. I think he was calling 911. He was trying to call 911. And I was like, hey, man, the killer might be in the house, man. And that's all I remember saying. I just smashed out, went to across the street to the neighbors. I said, hey, I was knocking on, I think I went to two neighbors. The first people, they didn't answer the damn door. So the second house knocked on them, they turned the porch light on, and it's right across the street. And I said, hey, man, I need to use your phone, man. I think my friend's parents are dead, man. I think my friend's parents are dead. I need to use your phone. So I ended up using the phone. I think I called 911. I said, hey, man, I think my friend's parents died, something like that. And that was it on that part. And then the police just ended up, they was right coming. Anyway, I guess they was coming. I don't know what happened, but I know the police was coming. When I gave them the phone, the police was coming up. They pulled up. All these police pulled up. I was still across the street with the other people. I was just across the street at their houses in the driveway, looking. The police coming, looking. I was just standing there, and it was like, "You don't want to call?" Like, yeah. So I called. They come get me and set me in the police car. Not no handcuffs. They set me in the police car. I don't know what's going on. And like I said, it was in the house with the phone. So from my mind, I'm thinking that he is calling 911. And he might have did call 911, but I'm just thinking he called 911 or whatever and stuff. I'm in the car, and I'm just like overwhelmed over what I just seen. Like, dang, I can't believe this. So eventually they end up putting D-Moore in the same car I'm in. I forget, I'm like 15 or something like that. So I don't know what kind of tactics they on, but regardless, we in the same car. And I remember he's kind of sitting there quiet. After he asked me, I think they asked me what they say to you. Like, what they say to you? I'm like, they didn't say nothing. They just set me in the car. And that was really it. They didn't say nothing. Matter of fact, they just set me in the car. But other than that, he was just, back there. And then they came and took him out the car and put him in a different car, took me in to the police station. So we at the police station. I'm by myself at the time. They were trying to ask me questions, but they can't because they need somebody there. So they waiting for, I think, my grandma to show up, my grandma to contact my mom. My mom ended up showing up, ended up showing up 20 minutes later. But I think before she showed up, they started questioning me. So they started asking me, where everything from the beginning to, to where it led up to where it is now. Told them the same stuff, because they asked me so many times, like, man, I didn't told you this, I didn't told you what happened, I told you. Then my mom ended up coming up there. Now, they asking the same thing again. And my mom's in prison now, so they're a little bit different. But before that, they was more aggressive. So my mom get there, and she like go through the procedure and whatever and stuff. And the detectives this is all in the same night. They want to do a lie detecting test or whatever, the polygraph, whatever thing. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, let's do that. So I remember them, hooking everything up to me. My mom's right there. Asked they questions they was asking. I asked everything away from the situation, and then asked things in the situation. And they said nothing was different. It's like the only thing that changed on that thing was when he asked me a question about a female or something like that. And just giggled a little bit and then went on by his business though. But everything else was everything was accurate. So, well, he's not lying. Let him go. Not let him go, but he ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? So eventually that night, Mom took me home. And I remember, I told everything, my boy hit me up, we going to see it. Because at the time, I don't know allegedly how the parents passed away. So I'm still thinking the killer is out here, period. Everywhere, he's out here. So I get home, she stayed with me that night, you know what I'm saying? And she ended up the next day, kind of like she left, right? Doing whatever she does usually. I'm at the house and I'm not going to school. We all know that. So I'm at the house in like 2-3 days. I was in my mom's room sleeping. I remember this, and I was just nervous and scared because I'm thinking the killer is still out here. Like the killer's about to come and get me. I go to the school, back to the high school, the first day in the morning. My cousin, I was just telling you about, it's Freddie, my tall cousin. He out here too. He met me in the morning. He's like, man, I'm gonna make sure I walk with you the whole day. You know what I'm saying? Like to make sure you're good in the classes and everything like that. And he did. The whole day he walked and then got me to my classes, cool. And he did, we go, just making sure it was cool. I got down to the hallway. He met me in the hallway, straight kinfolk. Little cousin, he called me little cousin, straight little cousin. Yeah, I'm good, straight, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk you anyway. He said, I'm gonna walk you anyway. I was like, all right, bet. He did that for the rest of the week. All right. So during that time, the news is reporting everything about everything every day. Well, one of them days, eventually they came on the news, reported that DeMoore had basically, admitted to the alleged, whatever happened to his parents, you know what I'm saying? And that's all, we all tripped out because before he had admitted it, we was already hearing stories about some other people could have done it. Like, I think he was into it with this white dude. So his name came up, not from the police, but from him or from somebody else. So there was, they was just, me, I just thought, whatever was going on, and the killer's still out there. When the news came on and said it was him, I was like, man. And he told the officers and everybody that, detectives, everything, that what I said, he told them what I said, because that's all true. So it was accurate. It's like, Randy, I picked him up, whatever he, what I'm saying, whatever. So he told them exactly what I said. So, like, I didn't know I was even part of anything. Like, I'm young, so I'm not even thinking of that stuff. I'm just thinking what I saw was crazy. I'm still, traumatized from what I saw. And I'm worrying about the killer still out here. Well, he ended up admitting to allegedly, his parents passing. But eventually, he came and, and wrote down whatever he said. And that was like the last time I talked to him was in the police car. Last time I seen him was in the police car. I met Stevie through his brother, his name is Michael, his name is Johnston. Michael's from the city. They went to school at, where did the man go to school at? I forgot what my bro went to school at. One of them schools up there, but North Highlands, matter of fact. He was in North Highlands. All right, so he bringing Stevie down here to basically put him on to the hustling part. I met Stevie, we was playing basketball. So me and him linked up, and Donald, because really me and him and Donald, because yeah, we linked up playing ball, right? He used to take me to his mom's house a couple of times, stay the night. That's how I know the other brother's name was, BT, Bobby, shout out to Chris, Joe Paul. That's how I know the other brothers, because he take me up there and stay with them. And basically me and BT and Stevie, we just go play ball somewhere, or just, you know what I'm saying, be linked up, or I'd be at the house just chilling. Bro said Joe Carter was his uncle. I'm like, okay. That's what bro said before. I'm like, Joe Carter? Yeah, Joe Carter, baseball player. Ooh. I said, oh man, is that right? Now I know who Joe Carter was when he said the baseball player. Yeah, long ago, man. We talked that maybe a couple of times, long time ago, and I didn't know. Like, I was like, then, until he's like, man, I told you my uncle Joe Carter. And I'm like, man, you keep saying that, I don't know. So when Khalees is going to play baseball in college, I was like, oh man, that's his nephew. And that's all that added up when it came to Khalees. So he's gonna go play ball. My first year I set out. And when I set out, you know, I still had, like I told you, I had my other team, my other friends, my younger people that was like J Rock and TJ Fleece, Chris, Ace, Howie, all those individuals at the time, and they still in high school. So I'm sitting out one year, and I'm just sitting out. I'm gonna go to college next year, sit out this year, and then everything else would transpire like it do. First year I sit out, I was, you know, just chilling. I meet up with QDZ. QDZ like, hey man, he know that I'm doing the music, and I'm trying to figure I'm doing the music, jumping right into it, because I was like, I'm finna do that when I get to college. I'm like, before I get to college, it's like the basketball thing. So I'm going to college for basketball, and I link in it with the music. I transpire, I'll tell you how that transpired. I go to NOC to the college, and before I go to college that year, I meet QDZ had me. He talk about, I got one of my good friends. His name is Jonathan. They call him JG. You know what I'm saying? That's what QDZ was trying to tell me. So I'm like, all right, what's up? He said, yeah, he make music. He's trying to rap and stuff like that. I was like, that's what's up. And he was like, I want you to hear him. Come to the high school and meet me in the parking lot. And I'm like, yeah, bet. So we got to set a point, like set a schedule and stuff. Like, give me time, boom. I meet him at the parking lot. JG, this is the first time meeting Jonathan. So Jon Gawdy, this is Jonathan Anderson, known as JG, Jon Gawdy. He comes up to the parking lot, and he is playing the song that he made. I forgot who made the damn beat, but he rapping on the beat. Linked up with Gawdy. Now I'm about to go to college, and when I about to leave to go to college, I got another cousin that's going to, he's the same class we is. Well, first of all, my class graduated with me and Freddie, like I said, me and Freddie, Jamon, Black, Boom, Prentice, shout out to Prentice Jones, that's my guy, Sweet Pete, Corey, C. Nice, RP to C. Nice, shout out to him. We all finna leave to go to college, all of us. I'm linked up with Gawdy, my cousin, Woody, his name's Eric Stevenson, like I said, call him Woody, Big Woody. he's been known to do a lot of things, like when it comes to everything in sports, because he's bigger than everybody. He was looking like a grown man when, like, when he was in 10th grade. No, when he was in 7th grade, he was like a grown man. Like, we playing football, he was big, he's everything out there. Nobody can, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up going to OSU. Get to college, they always had their tryouts. So I already went on like a little tryout tour. Like, my last stop was like El Reno. I was at El Reno College for the tryouts for college. And I'm out there killing them out there. And like, I set out that year and a half, so I ain't really got, I'm just out a year and a half. The coaches came in, they talked to me. I think my bro was there too, like my family, the Cornell. I don't know if he was at the El Reno one, but yeah, I'm at the El Reno one. Boom, I did that before I went to Tonkawa. Boom, get to Tonkawa, I got accepted. All my grants and stuff I filled out for myself, and goes to Tonkawa without playing ball. I come home on break, messing with Gawdy, and like, his dad like, look, we've been doing things. Let's see. Now, we already did some stuff. We probably did some things in his basement, or his dojo here, little dojo thing, but not in the studio. So, like, he had set up a studio session for me and Gawdy, and me and Gawdy came up with a song called "Bring the Noise." Bring the noise. We go in the studio, we make the beat, producing the beat, and we go put the vocals down in there, right? And the reason why we even made that song in that studio is because when I had one of these guys in my college classes, and it was like, I'm an intern for the radio station here in Tonkawa. Like, man, you got some music, something like that, you know what I'm saying? I'll put it on the radio for you. Like, all right, so I let Gawdy know, and Gawdy had arranged the song, arranged the studio session for us. And then we, you know what I'm saying, made the song. There, I don't know, we made the song like before, or we made it on hand in the studio. But it was Bringing the Noise. It was, man, that's what first artists just come out with their songs. Like, you don't want to hear those songs no more. But Bringing the Noise was so we made that. I'm going back to the college. Meet up with the Hispanic guy. Gave him the song we did, and I'm hitting on. He's like, but tell the peoples to listen to the radio station around this time. So I'm hitting my peoples up, my dad, and everybody's linked up with me to listen to the radio station at a certain time. I couldn't get it. I couldn't even get it. Like, I didn't even know what time you played it, so I didn't even get to hear it. My dad said he was checking for it, but I don't know if he got to hear it. But somebody in the circle said, yeah, we heard the song on the radio. Oh, you heard the song? Yeah. I was like, all right, that's what's up. So I'm still linked up with Gawdy. I'm linked up with everybody. First year come in, Gawdy is he's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He comes down there, Fleece, he gets on his break, he comes down there to talk a while. Gawdy coming to Cadillac, you know what I'm saying? Gawdy come a bunch of times, as a matter of fact, but one time he come to Cadillac, and most of the time they come to pick me up. Like, pick me up because I ain't got no car. Like, most everybody had the car. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no car. So they picking me up. I take Gawdy around the campus, take Gawdy around. I met a couple basketball players, because like when I was in the gym balling, I would go in there and ball by myself. And a couple of basketball girls would come in there to see me just shooting around, messing around. And one of the girls was she was cool. She just come over to, hey, what's up? What's your name? We chop it up. And she's like, where you from? She's like, I'm like, where you from? She's like, she's from, I think, Kansas, Wichita. I think either Wichita or Kansas, right? And I linked up with her, and her friend was like, she's a beautiful woman too. I let her introduce Fleece to her, Jay Fleece. So a couple of times, Jay Fleece came down and linked up. We all in the, like I said, in the girls' dorm room and stuff like that, because we really ain't supposed to be in the dorm room. We can be in the lobby, but not in the dorm room. But we still was getting in the dorm room, sneaking in, getting there some kind of way. We was getting in the dorm room, and we used to hang out for a minute. So I'll go back home and I have our car, and just be chilling, seeing the family. Then meet up with Gawdy, and then I come back. So I did that first year. Coming around the first year, coming around to the second year. Now, I think it was the second year coming around. My cousin, he's at OSU, right? And don't forget, I've been all over the place. I was trying to tell y'all. So we're doing that first year. My cousin, he come get me too, just as well as Jon Gawdy and Jason. And he'll come get me and take me to Stillwater, and I'll go stay at his dorm, right? So the second year come around, he calling me up. I'm trying to remember, it was the first year or the second year. It's gotta be the second year. He called me up one night. He's like, "Hey man, you trying to hey, you still, you doing the music, man? You trying to do the music?" It's so funny. I like, yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. He's like, I got a football player. He got a studio in his dorm. And I'm thinking like a studio in his dorm type studio. I'm thinking different type of studio. So like, yeah, I'm gonna come down and get you. And he had this old white car, man, and I don't know how he made it from Stillwater to anywhere, but he came pick me up in that white car and drove me back to OSU. We go one time, Gawdy comes, I say, Gawdy come pick me up, finna go to the studio, go mess with T West. So we go to OSU, plus Gawdy is OSU, that's his team, he's an OSU fan. So we going to OSU, consistently. And we up there on the third trip or fourth trip with Gawdy. Either the fourth trip or the second trip. One of those trips, we go up there, and T West was like, man, I got a show tonight. Like, all right, so what's up? You know what I'm saying? We know we're gonna be there for sure. We just boys. He's like, what's up? Y'all gonna perform or what? No, I didn't come down here to perform. I didn't. Gawdy, he gonna jump right on every opportunity to perform as Gawdy. So Gawdy like, yeah, y'all do whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we go to this, so we gotta get the song together. I think he already had a song with like Red and his crew, you know what I'm saying? Crew called Scandalous Click. You know what I'm saying? Later on, he named the crew called Scandalous Click, had us involved in it. But he had this already artists on rap, you know what I'm saying, on the song. I think we were doing 2 songs. Yeah, they did 2 songs. And then we come in with the song with me and Gawdy featuring Jon Gawdy, Jay-Z. So Jay-Z come in with the feature. I'm coming in with the feature. And man, they took like the Gawdy, like they like Gawdy. Everybody like Gawdy. Oh, Stillwater, man, they like Gawdy. So I got my little verse. He got a little verse in, and we mash out back to the dorm, and they go link up with whatever. T West might be gone. We link up with female, but we stand always at the dorm in Stillwater. Got the show done. Do the show. Got that done. I'm still in college, back and forth, and we was finna go. Okay, so we decided, like me and Gawdy, sit back and had a meeting. Like, man, listen, we're gonna have to figure something out about, like studio type. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't be going back and forth. It's just like we can't. If I gotta find rides, and then you know what I'm saying, like that, things like that. T West was gone. Me and Gawdy like, we need to come up with, you know what I'm saying, something. You know what I'm saying? So we come up with before we come up with the group name, my boy that I grew up with, Jermaine Wade, I was telling you about, he's like all over the place. He's in the city, matter of fact. He was doing selling cars, and this, my guy Michael Jackson, he's cool. They both selling cars, and I got my cousins. I got a bunch of cousins. My cousin Phil, East Coast Steve, Missouri, which their uncle is Young Main, whatever dude, the Miami that was whatever. They both rap. Their other brother rap, Ray. You know what I'm saying? He rapped. And then we had another person that was cool with the circle. Was named Christ. He rapped. He was really authentic with his lyrics. He was really in there. Somebody had rented out the apartment. It was just apartment and no furniture, just apartment. And Jermaine went and bought the equipment, MPC, rolling keyboard, microphone, everything for you need, mixer, everything. And we put the studio in the apartment. Put the booth in in the closet. So you get to start on the Midwest Hustler album, Welcome to the Battlefield. I'm like, man, I think Welcome to the Battlefield, I might have came up with that part of the album. You know what I'm saying? Because Midwest Hustlers, we both came with the Midwest Hustlers. I think Gawdy had said something about Midwest, because we both just want to pick on whatever we wanted. So I think he was like, Midwest Hustlers. I was like, oh, that sound cool. Let's do that. So the album Welcome to the Battlefield, I was always on that type of mode because of how everything transpired. So this is like before the label name get established. So we sitting back and we got the idea of the album, now the beats. I now like to, I'm still grinding anyway. So I'm like, I'm taking all the money, is just going to just picking on studio time. So I hooked up with Dave and started working on the Welcome to Battlefield Episode 1, Midwest Hustlers album. We knocked that out, we run through there. We got, before we finalize the album, we doing the process. I'm linking up Gawdy like, hey, man, well, because Gawdy knew a lot of people, I told y'all, so like one of the homies is back, his boy was back from Colorado. He like, hey, I want you to listen to my boy, man. He said he want to be part of it. And I was like me and Gawdy always had meetings. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, we set up a meeting, like we set up a meeting. Our meeting is just, we probably be in the band, put the music on, and we just have a meeting what we need to do, what's next. So Gawdy like, I got this dude named Mike. He's like, cause he's like, do you know him? I'm like, no, I don't know Mike, cause they're younger than me. So I'm like, no, I don't know. Ran through there and introduced Mike to me, and like, Mike didn't really freestyle. You know what I'm saying? He do some stuff, but he really didn't freestyle. He rap, but he's like, he don't do the freestyle. He can freestyle, but no, he don't do it. So end up hearing some of his stuff, and I was like, all right. So we left from that meeting, and then me and Gawdy had a meeting. Gawdy like, what you want to do? Like, man, he said, it's whatever really better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, I was trying to lock me and Booby and him to be locked in for Midwest Hustlers. But that's Gawdy is whatever Gawdy's bro. That's just whatever Gawdy's with on with. So I like, this is Hayes. So that's the first time even meeting Young Hayes. All right, and his brother went to school. At one of the times I was in school, I just didn't know that was his brother. So his brother named Cameron, matter of fact, R.I.P. both of them, Young Hayes and Cameron. So he go to meet up with him. Me and him meet up after that, and we discuss, like, yeah, he on. We sign him on. So we sign him on, like, he's the Midwest Hustlers, and he part of the label. The labels don't get established just yet. I meet up with him, and at the time, we separate labels. I'm Chopper City Records. He is Mafioso Records, right? This is after we link up with T West, and he leaves to go to Florida. We come with the Midwest title in the name, and then we started talking about labels. I already had a separate label anyway, so he had his label. So he's like, we had a meeting, like let's meeting, have a meeting on that. So we had a meeting, and I was like, hey man, let's just merge the labels together. And we talked the reason why. And I was like, one of my reasons why was when we going out and looking for distributing and looking for to shop around the music, you know, each like his music has his tag saying Mafioso Records. My music has my tag saying Chopper City Records, which is CHOPPA City Records. That had nothing to do with, you know, Cash Money or Birdman or Slim and them like that. We was like, let's just merge those together. And we didn't even discuss like who was gonna be in front. Mafioso, then Chopper City Records or Chopper City Records. We didn't even never discuss that. It was just one day, he's like, it's merging together. I'm like, all right. And I think he said something about how you want to be. And I told him I didn't care. Like, I didn't care. So he the one basically put the Chopper City and Mafioso Records like it is. So I'm like, all right, we got Chopper City Mafioso Records now. Got the label because I was like, I wanted to have a label to protect us catalog, discovery, or you know what I'm saying, discography at the time, you know. So like, and then I'm like, man, I don't want the labels having to make a decision on who to sign due to the fact that they don't want to put two record labels and artists. That's two different type of signing. So you're doing labels, that's a bigger number signing, and you're giving two bigger numbers out to some unknown artists that haven't, you know, the people don't know yet. So I was like, let's just put the label together like that, and we're gonna be Chopper City Mafioso Records and labeled forever till we did. So that's how Chopper City Mafioso Records got established. That was early 2000. As a matter of fact, that was early 2000. Working on the Midwest Hustler album, we got that done. Now, doing the Midwest Hustler album, Gawdy going back and forth to his mama's town. I think it's like Sock or something. Can't remember what his mama's town is called, but that's where Gawdy from too. He got a homeboy named Jesse Holmes, so he linking up with him while he go on visit his mom periodically. While we getting the Midwest Hustler album together, so I'm linked up with Dave. We getting all together. We need some. We take photos for the insert. So we taking the photos for the insert on our block, which is 3 block, 3rd block. So we on 3rd block taking photos, and now we got Bullies is already a Midwest Hustler, period. Like no matter what, but he was doing his other thing because he had like Big Cousin had one of his plugs, of which is good friends. He had a lot of them people up in the city. Like my cousin knew everybody in the city, so his homeboy went and got a studio for his homeboy. But my cousin know what we was doing, so you know he come to town here and there, see everybody in the family, but for like a day, not even a day, for like a couple of hours. He gone. He don't be in it like that, so he gone. But he linked up with me like, yeah, I got my boy got the studio. Basically, like, he got the studio. I got the studio up in the city. Ooh. Yeah, come ooh. So before we mess with him, we linked up, you know, doing other stuff. Gawdy's going back and forth to the place. I don't know what that town name's called, but it's his mom. He calling me. He like, look, Jesse Holmes, that's my boy. I said, oh, like, all right, cool. Like, I'm always like protector. How long you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, cool. So he's like, man, he want to do the artwork. I was like, all right. So he came back home. He wanted to have a photo shoot. So we do the photo shoot. Me, Gawdy, Hayes, known as Hazy B, Young Hayes, Booby. We took some photos, you know what I'm saying, bought a stop sign. You know, all of us picked, no, not all of us, basically me, Gawdy, and Booby. Because, hey, Young Hayes, he's cool, whatever, down it, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to what we got going on. they're trying to pick the photo to keep. And I was like, all right. So everybody could kind of pick their photo because it's separate. But when you messing with Jesse Holmes, he's doing that. You ready to go to school for that, for the artwork, for being a graphic designer. So he like boom, he take the photos. He's going back down there. So I'm linking up, doing whatever I do, and he calls like, hey man, he always call me periodically, talking trash and stuff or anything. And then, but basically, during that time, he's calling me to let me know, check out the Midwest Hustlers insert. Boom, tell me if you like it. Boom, boom, send it to me. Boom, I was like, yeah, it had the because I think I gave him kind of like an idea of something, and it had the idea actually, fire blowing up, we in the front. I'm like, dang, that's cool. And then they started working on the Midwest Hustler, the texting, the graphic texting for it, and the graphic texting for Welcome to the Battlefield. And so he sent some more, and then sent the final one. I was like, oh yeah, that's on. So we kept that. So we kept that insert. He come back, boom. During the time he gets back, we put the insert together at the studio. You know what I'm saying? At Dave's Skinner Audio downtown. While I'm doing the studio, I'm still playing ball. So I'm linked up with like Hollis White, Shoot, OSU, Doug Gottlieb, whatever his name is, play OSU. My guy Shannon, that's my bro, Shannon, Mario, my bros. So I'm doing a semi-pro league. During the time we putting the Midwest Hustle album together. I get linked up with that. The agent is the owner of the pro league, of the team. Well, the agent's a good friend of mine, period. You know what I'm saying? He played ball at the Y all the time. I'm always at the Y, I'm a Y brat, so I was at the Y all the time. And he, just come mess around with us anyway, you know what I'm saying? I mess around with him, come try it out. Not really try it out, just come play, practice with him. Every time when it came to tryouts, I came to the tryouts. So I linked up with some NBA guys and some guys that's in college, you know what I'm saying? I got the link up with, before I even say that guy, link up with, I'm in a town where there's a lot of basketball players. So I was around a lot of players from like Wayne, Foster, Griff, and Vernon. Those the main names at that era. This is before I get to the music. That era, they was basketball players, and we all grew up, they way older, but we grew up underneath them, playing ball, trying to play ball with them, doing all that stuff. So I got to meet people, so growing up, that's where I'm in a town where Mark Price and Brent Price come from. The Hope, you always talk about Hope. The Hope came from here, the football player. The other football player, I forgot his name, Laudell Carr, he from here. So I'm in the town with them, and I get to meet. I met Brent Price coming in high school and leaving out of high school before I get to college. So I already know who Brent Price is. I played ball with Brent Price. Me and Brent Price played at the Y. So we were playing ball with him, but before I got to play with him, I got to see Mark Price. Mark Price come in because our YMCA is named off of their dad, Denny Price. So I walk in the Y one day, go downstairs to go to to the gym to play ball, and at the time Mark Price 6'something, so it's a tall dude. He talking to a short old man, and I looked at Mark Price, not knowing it's Mark Price, but I just looked at him like that, and just looked at him talking to his dad, and I continued to walk on. Right when I get into the gym, you hear the chit chat, Mark Price is in the gym. Mark Price, Mark Price. I don't know what Mark Price really look like, you know what I'm saying, from the television, you know what I'm saying? So that's Mark Price. So I go back out and look, And look, people like don't go up to him and stuff. So I'm go out to look, and he still talk to his dad, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Mark Price, cool. And Brent Price is in the gym probably somewhere, but I didn't really know Brent Price at that time until like a year or 2 years later, because Brent Price will always come home, and he'll always come play at the gym. You know what I'm saying? So when like before I'm doing the music thing, like while I'm doing the music thing, I'm playing ball regardless everywhere too. So I'm going to OU to play ball just because they got games going up there. I'm going somewhere else to play ball. I'm all over playing ball. Growing up, I'm playing against Brent Price. When he come home, he come in there. I'm playing Brent going. I'm playing against him. You know what I'm saying? And all these everybody older than me. Like I got some older family like Damien Kane, all them other, like they all in the same circle too. We all got this circle is big. So we all come and we all know who Price is. So, I'm always playing against Price every time I can see Price. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to go against Price. And this is a little bit after his career, but during his career, he been a couple places. He come home still. We still play against him. Boom. In the meantime, I'm putting the Welcome to the Battlefield album together, Jon Gawdy, and I'm balling with James Bryant's team called Oklahoma Storm. So now I'm back in the practice of Oklahoma Storm, boom, doing that. I goes and we had a tryout. It's the year that Hollis White, Quantis White, how you want to call his name, is he come out of OU point guard. He was shooting lights out. I made him. So when I made him I think I had smoke. I already been smoking, so I like smoke before I went to go play ball. I used to do that all the time, smoke before I go play ball. Smoking, I kind of smell like it regardless, whatever. Get on there and I'm chilling. We balling, we bam we ball for an hour. We in the main gym, like this big gym for English gym for the pro gym. And it's a trial, so we have a break in the trials and we gotta come back. So Hollis White, like, what's good? What you gonna do? I finish shopping, go to the house, smoke and drink. Not drink, but get a drink, you know what I'm saying? No alcohol. Like, oh yeah, I'm ride with you. But so hold on. He go do what he gotta do, then he come jump in and ride with me. We go to the house in the backyard. I get a little whatever drink, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And then we smoking and we just chopping it up. Cause I didn't even really know he was from OU. Like he was from OU. He was the top guard from OU, leaving OU, about to go to college. But something happened where he got in trouble. He was telling me in the car. We was in the car smoking, in a different car, because I didn't want to go back smelling like smoke. He like, we got some old cars in the back, so I was like in a different car. So we smoking. He telling me some things that he got going on in his life. I think he said he had a kid. He did have a kid. That type of things like that. But, oh yeah, so we chopped it up, you know what I'm saying? Like, get on a number and then we go back and finish up the tryouts. We had to play against each other at one period of time in the tryouts. He's good, he's shooting good. I come in, I try to show out before I even start the tryouts. For the games, during the pre-warm-up, I'm dunking. Like, so I'm already surprising the other people on the other side. They like looking down and I'm dunking, like throwing the hoop up to myself, catching it backwards. I'm jumping, just dunking on my boom. So like, and most of my peoples that's been around me playing ball, they knew I could dunk now. They knew I could jump. They knew that I'm a jumper. I'm out there. Like, but I really had no shot game. I'm jumping and I'm going to the hole and I'm fast and it's hard for you to hold me. That's all everybody knew about me. He's quick. He's too quick. Hard to hold that dude. You go to the hole, he jump high. Like, it's just crazy. Move on. I'm doing the trials, boom. Do that. Go, we had that coach, we had somebody that year we had, it was Kareem. We had Kareem. I think it was Kareem. It wasn't Kareem. I've been in a bunch of trials, so Kareem wasn't in it at the time. We had to go. They had the trials in the city at one time. This is after the Hollis White. We had trials in the city. And before that, we was playing, like we had a tournament it's somewhere outside of Enid that my boy Shannon took me to. They already had their team. He just took me as an extra player. Like, come on, bro, take me, but like, all right, bet. So he took me, and that's when I linked up, like, played against Doug Gottlieb, whatever his name is. He from OSU. And you know, everybody was already talking about, oh yeah, Doug gonna be out here, Doug gonna be out here. I don't be knowing because I don't be really watching the games on TV because I was just moving around so much, so I really had no time to watch TV at that time like that. I'm moving around, I'm in the studio, and I'm doing the basketball thing. So I'm linking up with Doug. I mean, they got Doug at the tournament. You know, I come in off the bench. All I remember is this, you hold Doug. Yeah, cause I don't know why nobody else would hold. People can hold people. They told me to hold Doug. Got Doug. He was lighting them up. He was lighting them up for a little bit before I got out there and started holding him. I was watching him like, oh yeah, he gonna, I ain't getting there, they ain't going down. That's what I want. I always want your best player. I want your best player every single time. So that's how I was on the court. I wanted your best player. Who's your best player? Well, I'm going to go get him. He's what? 6'6". I want him. He's what? Regardless, I want him. He's your best player. At the time, he was one of the best players on the team. I had all him. Man, I locked him down. Locked him down for good. Like 3-4 points, but I locked him down, remember, man. And he probably don't remember who I am right now, but he gonna remember that we had a tournament outside of Enid, outside of town at Enid, and he was there. And Shannon was there, and and they brought me there. And I held him down for like, he still did some things, but I'm a defensive player, so I play good defense regardless of anywhere I go. So, got to lock in with him, meet him and stuff. And then I'm coming back around the corner for the second round of like the second year, out of college type stuff. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's the head coach. James Bryant got Kareem, so James Bryant's an agent, and he owns the team too. So he's an agent. He got I think this dude named Cameron. They got a lot of people in the NBA. He's one of the main guys. Is one of these dudes. I think Cameron or something like that. So we come around, and like the trials is in the city. So I get to the city, stay there a couple of days. The first day I stayed there. I think I stayed there a day, then go to the trials. Because they was already there the day before having trials. I just missed it. They don't even know how. Like I don't think anybody even reached out to me or couldn't contact me. And they got to me. He's like, hey, trials in the city. Boom. All right, I'll be up there. Boom, smashed up there. I don't know who was up with me. Somebody was with me. And I think my cousin Brienne was with me. Shout out to Bree Carr. You hear about her in a second. So I'm smashing. We doing the trials with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Tall, like that. So they end up going back and forth, and I'm on the side shooting. What I'm saying, just getting ready, trying to warm up. They back and forth, and then Kareem don't say nothing. He don't say nothing. He used to be doing the looking. And he had some other coaches, and they was doing all the talking. And you hear people over here like, man, he don't talk to nobody. He's talking about Kareem. So he don't talk to nobody. I was like, oh man. So I noticed he didn't talk to nobody either. He didn't talk to me, he didn't talk to nobody, man. He might say something, but with a few words, he didn't say nothing. So he get down to Enid, because we got the trials up there, but the main games for Oklahoma Storm was in Enid. So he in the Enid games and stuff. And I got one game, but I don't think I got to get in or nothing like that. And they was traveling, so I wasn't even going with the traveling team. So I'm always here, and they was gone. He come in Enid, and everybody's saying the same thing, like, man, he don't talk to nobody. You say, they didn't even know I played on the team. You talk to Kareem? Nah, Kareem don't say nothing to nobody. That's all I said. Kareem don't talk to nobody. So back and forth, they going here and coming back in town. Well, during the process, I didn't met, cause my agent, my good friend. He's my good friend. So Richard Dumas is playing now for the Oklahoma Storm. He got Richard Dumas Reduce came out of OSU, went to NBA, played for, forgot what team he didn't play for the NBA. So his career was up in the NBA, and he's still gonna play ball. So I get to run into Richard Dumas at different places, like the practice, and then at the YMCA, because we had noon ball, and some of us we go and I do noon ball all the time, but some of the players from Oklahoma Storm, they go up there, they do noon ball, and some of the coaches at the time, because the assistant coaches that was Kareem's head coach, assistant coaches be at the Y, and Dumas be up there, and man, I didn't even know he played like he played. Like I was like, man, it's like alcohol out here, man, and they're like, yeah, Dumas. Like that Dumas. And so I'm on the court. He on the court playing. He played good without the alcohol or with the alcohol, I guess. So I'm like, man, he playing. He doing his thing. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. So I link up with him. We chop it up. We get numbers and stuff. And then, like a week later, like I remember the agent had got him a car to make sure he had it down here so he can get places because he's on the team. So the agent got him a car, it was like a maroon Cadillac. I remember red or maroon Cadillac. And he called me, one day he called me, it was like 9 o'clock almost. It was 9 o'clock. He called me, right? When? What's up? Who was this? Dumas. Oh, what's up, Dumas? You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm outside. I think he said I'm outside in the driveway. He said, come ride with me. I need you to ride with me to the store. I don't know. Like at the time, I didn't pay attention to what was going on. He's like, I'm pulling up. I'm like, he was outside. I think he was outside. He said, I'm outside. Come outside. So I just got dressed real quick. I jump in the car with Dumas. He's like, man, come with me to the store, man. All right, man. Ride with him to the store, right? Dumas didn't smoke, not that I know of, not because I never seen, he didn't smoke with me. But we go to the store, all right? And in this area, like you pull up, it's a store and a liquor store. So on the store, I'm like, all right, 9 o'clock. Liquor store open to 10 o'clock. Now I'm thinking about liquor though. I'm just like, he need to go to the store. He's like, hey man, go in here. He said, you got your ID with you? I said, yeah. I said, man, go in here and give me a woo-doo band. I'm like, go and where? Or go in this liquor store. I said, man, it don't open up to 10 o'clock. He's like, what? I said, yeah. He's like, damn. He's like, oh man, my bad, man. So he took me back to the house. And I always remember that time with Richard Dumas. Yeah, he liked drinking. Yeah, he liked his beer for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I linked up with him a couple of times. And before the season was up, I was like, linked up with my agent. And I was like, hey, I need to have a meeting with you. So I meet him because Gawdy already got the inserts ready for the Midwest Hustlers. We already got the studio. I think we already got the album, I think, done. Yeah, album done, right? So he like, I go to a meeting with him at his office, and he's like, what's up? I was like, man, I want to do a performance, halftime show, or whatever kind of show we can get. I want to do a performance. He's like, all right, what you want to do? I want to do this song. I think I even played him a couple of the songs, like 2 songs, because he's supported me to the fullest, all the way to the T. But I don't know if I don't think he even heard the song. He might have listened to him, the 2, or he might not. But he gave me the green light when we was in the office. He's like, yeah, the green light. I said, so I'm gonna be able to do everything I need for the show. Like, yeah. So me and Gawdy, we go to the newspaper and reach out to the paper, let the paper know we're gonna be performing at the Oklahoma Storm game, the game that was scheduled to come up whatever day we had set it for. Oh yeah. So they said, okay. Well, they came to the performance of the day. I don't think we knew they was there. I think Gawdy wanted to say, hey man, do something. I think he came and said the News and Eagle or News or something here or something, take a photo. So I remember somebody was taking a photo, right? They took a photo of me, all of us, right? But somebody was out the picture or something. So I was like, hey, hold on. So I took me out the picture and put Fleece in there. That's what it was. It was Fleece, Young Hayes, and Gawdy. And they got a picture of me too, all of us too, but they got a picture of them just by themselves, took me out of it. I took myself out of it, so. Like, so the newspaper was there. They came, took the photos, bam. So I'm thinking we're doing the halftime show. That's it. Well, we got the word, and my engineer, he's coming there to hook up the sound, you know what I'm saying, for the show. So, you know, he hooked up the sound. We just, in warm-ups, both teams was out there warming up. My engineer hooked the sound up. He's like, I'm good. So he hooked the sound, he's done. But he can't engineer the show. He said I gotta do something else. He can't be there to be the engineer. So he kind of like told me what to do. I said, all right. So he told me what to do on the mixer and everything. I said, all right, cool. So we actually started performing during the warm-ups because Gawdy was playing. Let's see, Gawdy was playing something. So Gawdy was doing. So we did. So even before we started. Okay, so before we started the show with the Oklahoma Storm, Gawdy, we already had the Midwest Hustle album done, right? We already did a show for the Midwest Hustle album before we do the halftime show. So I think we did a show at a club, boom. So we did a show at the club. I think it was my Big Bros Club. He had bought the club. We did a show at his club. So we already up on par on that. Then we go from doing that, then I link up with my agent, and then we go from that. He set the date up for that. And then, so now we got the newspaper, they're taking pictures. I'm there, and before we do the Midwest, after we do the Midwest Hustlers, we working on Gawdy's album. Before we make the Gawdy's album, we decided to do the Gawdy's album. Gawdy, like, we had a meeting, like, what you want to do? You want to do your album? You want to do my album? So I'm like, to me, I'm like, Gawdy, look, let's do this. We're going to do your album first. You know, I'll focus on the production, the beats, and everything else from everything, when the money-wise and all that stuff. We just focus on getting your album done, you know, studio and stuff like that. So we started the album. I think he was, 7 songs in the album, 6 songs. Before he started the album, he had did a song called Ballerific. So he wrote this song called Ballerific and brought it to the house one day. And he's like, first thing he was saying, no, this is my single, this is my single. I'm like, what? I ain't heard it yet. So this right here, it's gonna be my single. I was like, all right, so he played it and he did the beat, right? He did the beat. I told you at the dojo at the time. So that's where we was doing beats at the time before we went into today's studio. So they made the beat, and I'm like, you know, everything was cool. Like it was cool. The song was cool. I'm like, dang, that's cool. I like that. Like Ballerific, like I don't know, but that was a hit single. It's a hit single. It's a hit single. I'm like, I heard it. I'm like, boom, that's nice. So that's one of the main. That was a single off his album. So that's one of the songs he did at the show. But before the show, like he did that record, like he made the records, came over, let me listen to it, called me like a week later, pissed off, man. He's like, man, I'm mad. We told me he was mad, man. I lost this, talking about this machine, the beat machine they made the keyboard off of, they had crash landing. He like, man, he mad. He like, I'm like, dog, you can redo the beat. So I told him, I was like, bro, you can redo the beat. Man, I tried. So he already, I tried already. He can't get it back. He can't get it to sound like it at all. He's so mad. So he could. So he did the the tom-toms and the snare and the hi-hat. So he did those, right? But the melody part, no, he had the melody part locked down, but the drums, he couldn't make those sound identical like he did to the first. So, and then he couldn't make it sound really identical, but he got the melody part, it was already down identically, like real close to it. So that was down, but he's like, man, couldn't do the beat. So I just did the beat, like the beat for for the record. I did the beat I did something, and kind of make it similar to what he had. And he's like, man, I'm just gonna rock with it. So he rocked with the second version of Ballerific, because the first version of Ballerific, like production, everything was lit. It was real lit. So once he got that down, that's one of the songs he performed at the show, at the halftime show. But he was doing songs, I think he did that at the warm-up. So at the warm-up, we got to perform. So he goes perform, do a song, then I come out and I do a song in the warm-up. And we got the halftime. So I didn't even know we had both. So I realized we had both a little later on after the first, like when we got the warm-up. Because I was like, why are we doing the warm-up? Like, we got halftime. Like, we can do, I think Gawdy was like, let's just do a song now. That's what it was. Gawdy was like, let's just do something. And so Gawdy put on whatever Gawdy put on and put it on and let Gawdy do his thing. You know what I'm saying? So Gawdy had the warm-ups by itself. And then I went, got changed up. Gawdy rechanged. I think he changed again, or I think he had the same thing on. I don't know. I think he might have changed, but yeah, he did change. I changed. Now it's halftime, and now it's time for both of us to perform. So we perform. I forgot what song we performed, but I think we performed 2 songs. And his cousin Jacqueline, she got to be part of it. Like, she showed up. You know what I'm saying? She was there. That was a good feeling to have her there, because she, like, a lot of the stuff that Gawdy was doing, he wanted to do for his cousin, because he was very irritated on her situation, which was before we even started making any songs, he was taking me over to her house, her mom's house. She was already signed through a management company, had an agent, manager, whatever. So she was already doing some music already. Well, we got the word that she was, I think, trying to do the American Idol thing or one of those things, but we got the word that something happened where the agency, the departure from her some type of way. And this is young. So she was like, I don't know, man, because I wasn't even in college yet, I don't think I was in college yet. I think I was coming out of college, or no, I wasn't in college yet. I sure wasn't. And yeah, she was young, but she could sing like she can sing. I was like, wow. So, but that was having her singing, like, I think, country music. So that was good to see her there to support, definitely her cousin. She's gonna support her cousin no matter what. So we trying to finish up Gawdy's album. Gawdy is in the studio. We're on back and forth, you know what I'm saying, doing the process. Me and Gawdy, like, we always everywhere. We in the city, seeing my cousins, or, we in Crescent, seeing my other cousin. And I was seeing the chick Tia, they from Crescent, so we was going back and forth from Crescent, boom, back and forth, from Enid to Crescent, and then we so everybody got like a little of the music. So, but before that, we, get Gawdy's album done. Like, majority of it. Like, he's going in the studio, and sometimes I'm not even in the studio. I'm like, it's studio session night. Boom. As far as the album, regardless, right? I get a call from Andy one morning, and Andy like, what's up, man? I'm finna come get you and stuff. His artist name is A-Train. Shout out to A-Train, my cousin Andy. Andy's like, I'm finna come get you. And we're finna go smoke. So we usually ride around and smoke. Like, one of our biggest things leading up to here, all the way from college and going up, Then we'll go, we got a spot called La La World. We used to go and smoke and just drive around and smoke in there and talk about our next moves, our next things, what we're gonna do. Like me, all of us Gawdy, all of us go to, we'll say, where y'all going? La La World. Bet, meet you there. We all meet up in La La World, and some of us be following each other, some of us be following each other, and then we'll turn off and just go in, because La La World is a very popular little session neighborhood. Like you go in, it's like one end, and you can go out through the back. You know what I'm saying? But it's in the west side, and it's very, popular neighborhood. So we call it La La World. So we always meet up at La La World, go to La La World. I work on music and on the writing part. Jason be working on the film, writing his first script and all that stuff. So, well, when Andy people in the morning, we was leaving my grandma's house, we was going back east, to the east side, just driving though. Like, I don't even know where we was going. I didn't know we were smoking. And we were driving. And we coming up to 16th Street, coming up the hill. And Andy got the phone call from Young Hayes, and Andy talking. They got the phone. I'm like, what's going on? Andy like, man, we gotta go help Young Hayes out. He said, his tires, he got a flat tire. He got a tire, he can't get out the trunk. All right, so Andy busted a U-turn. Up to 16, come back around. We smoking. Here go Gawdy and his girlfriend. Gawdy and his girl, because we all linked up from his girlfriend to my baby mom at the time, and a bunch of females that was his girlfriend, known as Megan, his girlfriend at the time. She had females, so we all linked up. So we all would go to all these houses. Like we go meet up at Michaelin's house, and we just link up and do, just be us. We smoke, and we just be working on music and figuring out what we gonna do on the next song, next whatever we're doing with the music. So he with his girl, and he is in front of us. I didn't even know he got in front of us at all. So Andy like, hey, look, there goes Jon Gawdy. I'm like, oh, it is Gawdy with Megan. But Megan is driving, and Gawdy's on the passenger side, I guess. So I couldn't really tell, but I know it's Megan's car. So we both going to the same neighborhood, right? We pull up, Gawdy pulls up first, then he pulls up to the store. He goes to the store. Me and Andy goes to the block behind the store where Young Hayes is turned, and he got his car parked right there. Andy parked on the other side, but he got his car parked there and got the trunk open, and we both get out and like, what's good, man? What's good? Like, first thing he said, I think Andy said it in the car on the way over there. He said, man, Mike said them fools over there tripping. They were there shooting, something like that. For real? No, he just picked me up from my block. That's my block. So he just picked me up from my block. He said, hey, in that neighborhood, that's my neighborhood. So we get there, we get out. Hazy is on the side, in the trunk, by the trunk, on the side of the car, just chilling. And he like, man, I remember, I'll never forget. He said, man, they out here tripping, man. They been shooting over here. I said, what? Yeah, man. Shooting. Then next thing you know it, you start hearing shots. Well, first of all, before you start hearing shots, he was like, well, we trying to get this damn tire out the trunk. So Andy tried to get the tire first, I think. Then I tried to come and get the tire out the trunk. Well, when I get toward the trunk, the shooting starts again. They on the side of the car. I'm back of the trunk, and I'm down. We all down. Shooting stopped for a second, and it's like the trunk is open like that, and you can see like this little part in between. So I kind of like trying to look up and see who's shooting and where they shooting at. You know what I'm saying? And I could see I seen two dudes running back north towards the store, but one went going towards the store, and one was across the street going away from the store. I always remember how that was looking. It's like this. Like, man, they had two dudes in red shirts. And then next thing you know it, I think I looked to the left, I seen some other dudes at a house, but I couldn't tell at the time, I couldn't tell who it was. And then I just heard some more shots. So I got back down, and it was like a 2-second interval. Like, I looked up, like, hey, what's going on? I was like, oh man, got back down. I got back down, and then shots end up stopping. Me and Andy and Mike, we get up like, man, Justin, what's going on? I don't know, we finna get out of here. So we get into the car, Andy's car. My boy, before we get to Andy's car, my boy Marcus, he coming down. Well, he came down during some of the shots that was fired. So he already talking about, man, you see what's going on? It was shots, woo, bam. But nobody said nothing about Jon Gawdy. Like at the time, like even when Marcus T came down, he didn't say nothing about Jon Gawdy. We didn't know, like Jon Gawdy's car was at the store. So that's what we just, like Jon Gawdy at the store. So we jump in our car and we goes around the block, and I'll go to my grandma's house because it was like around the block. I think Young Hayes jumped in the car with Marcus T, because I know that it was me, Andy, at my grandma's house, right? And we was sitting outside the car, and it was talking. Yeah, and I think Marcus T came up. They come up behind us, and we all was talking like, man, bam. It was he was like, man, it's crazy. And he was like, two dudes in the red, bam. And then another car come through flying, gone. So I'm like, man, you see that? Man, we finna get out the hood, man. So we finna get out of here. So they left, Mike and Marcus T, they left together. Me and Andy got in the car, and we at the stop sign. We leaving, turn right from my block we on 2nd Street, about to get to the stop sign. Get to the stop sign, Andy got the phone call from, I don't know who he got the phone call from. It might have been Young Hayes, but Andy got the phone call saying that Gawdy been shot. And we had the stop sign. And he's like, Gawdy been shot. And he's like, man, no, come on, quit playing, man. And, Andy, he'll smile tune bull. So I'm like, yeah, come on, man, quit playing, man. And he's like, no, man, Gawdy's been shot. What? Yeah, man. So I'm like, what's going on? He said, man, Gawdy shot. He said, what? Gawdy shot. Man, he was bagged up. Went to our grandma's house, parked. We both jumped out and ran to the store. Like, we ran to the store, boy. And got to the store. And by the time we got to the store, Gawdy was in the ambulance. By the time we hit the corner and got to the place, to my grandma's house, we started walking over there. We see the ambulance. I said, oh, what? We run over there now. The ambulance is there. We get there, and like the girls is there, like Megan's girls there. Gawdy's car, like, is coming down. So I didn't even know nothing about this. This is coming down. It's the ambulance right there that's sitting there, and got him in the ambulance car. The girls is upset because they won't take him to the hospital, and he's been sitting in the car in the ambulance before we got there and when we got there. Like, so he's been there for a minute. So when he gets to the ambulance car, can nobody see him? Can nobody go in? We all, they upset. We all, they crying. The girls crying. We like, what the heck happened? What's going on? We didn't even know what happened. And nobody could talk and say really anything. So after that, we go back to, I think, my grandma's house. And we go to the hospital. We all go meet up at the hospital. Dad get there at the hospital. And I think it took about 20 minutes to like 30 minutes. They actually pronounced Jon Gawdy, JG, pronounced him dead, basically on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I guess a bullet went in the window of the car, and for what I know, I guess he turned to cover his girl up. The bullet hit him in the head, and that's how that situation happened when it comes to Jon Gawdy, JG, also, the founder and the owner of Chopper City Mafioso Records, along with me.